Kris Jenner will not tolerate any speculations and will not comment on them. On this week's episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kylie Jenner is confronted with a new round of tabloid accusations that she had an affair with Simpson. These reports surfaced on the anniversary of her close friend Nicole Brown Simpson's passing, no less. There have been persistent rumors that Simpson was responsible for the deaths of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman for a very long time. In the years that have passed, Caitlyn Jenner has asserted on multiple occasions that her wife at the time, Kris Jenner, knew the American athlete was guilty of the heinous crime that occurred in 1994 and resulted in one of the most dramatic trials in the history of the United States. During an interview on the radio program hosted by Kyle and Jackie O of KIIS-FM, the Big Brother VIP participant, who is 72 years old, discussed her memories of the difficult time in her life with the hosts. She stated in 2017 that we very much knew he was guilty right from the beginning, but the whole thing was, is he going to get away with it? A conversation that Kim Kardashian's mother had with Nicole just a few short weeks before she was cruelly murdered was related by Caitlyn. He says he's going to kill me and get away with it because he's Simpson, the former Olympian, claimed of the purported discussion that Kris had with her deceased best buddy. He says he's going to kill me and get away with it because he's Simpson. She shrugged it off at the moment and said something to the effect of, "Come on, please, please, please." However, to our dismay, you were correct. Both Kris and the Bruce Jenner of that time sincerely felt that Simpson would be held accountable for the deaths of both women. Nevertheless, the NFL great, who was defended by Kris's ex-husband Rob Kardashian, was determined to be innocent of the charges. Caitlyn recounted that when the verdict was announced, she and her family were in the office of the prosecutor, Marcia Clark, in the courthouse. When Kris saw me looking at her, she added, "You know, we should have listened to Nicole." Kris turned around and stared at me. She was absolutely correct from the very beginning. Simpson enjoyed his freedom for a total of 14 years. After being charged with an armed robbery in Las Vegas in 2007, the father of two was convicted of the crime and received a sentence of 33 years in prison in the same year. They ran a narrative that I was sleeping with She added, "The story was that I was sleeping with What a f***ing worthless piece of s. It is quite pitiful that when rumors get started, the media gives them life and breath, and on the anniversary of Nicole's passing, they do it again. It has absolutely no flavor and is really offensive." The hypothesis that Kris Jenner and Jessica Simpson had an affair when Jenner was still married to Robert Kardashian Sr., which resulted in the birth of Khloe Kardashian, has been rumored for a long time but has been debunked by both the Kardashian family and Simpson throughout the years. Jenner, who is 63 years old, admitted this as she was discussing the allegations with her daughter Khloe Kardashian. She said that the lies might have an emotional toll on her. She said this while choking back tears. "After 25 years, you'd think it just wouldn't be a thing," she said. "It is nothing but one lie after another after another after another, and there is only so much that a human being can put up with." She went on to say, "I'm so sick hearing ridiculous tales about stuff that never happened. In my opinion, that is completely unacceptable." After some time had passed, she divulged the fact that she had made the decision to sue a newspaper for publicizing the inaccurate information. She went on to say, "I just think it's incredibly unfair to Nicole's family, and it's really terrible to my family for these silly things to be flying around out there. It's always right there beneath the surface," she said. "My organization has made the decision to pursue legal action because I have finally reached the point where I have to do something about it." However, it wasn't until she sat down with her good friend Faye Resnick that she understood her fury was really a screen for the grief she felt at Nicole's passing away. She stated, "I think I've recognized that I've grabbed onto the legal side of stuff rather than dealing with the emotional half of myself that just misses my girlfriend. I think I've realized that I've latched onto the legal side of stuff rather than dealing with the emotional side of myself. There is a portion of me that sometimes becomes so enraged that I use it to cover up my feelings of sadness. Rather than fixating on something so awful, I believe that we should just concentrate on the wonderful times we spent with Mom and appreciate those memories." It was in 1994 when Simpson's ex-wife Nicole and her friend Ron Goldman were brutally put to death. During the infamous trial, Jenner's husband at the time, the late Robert Kardashian Sr., was a friend of Simpson and acted as one of the NFL star's defense attorneys. Jenner had a tight relationship with both Simpson and Brown, and after Brown passed away, she was there for the Simpson children. In spite of the fact that he was found not guilty of the double homicide in October 1995, Simpson was found to be responsible for the deaths in a civil lawsuit that was brought by the families of the two deceased in 1997. In 2008, he was found guilty of his part in the armed robbery and kidnapping that took place in Las Vegas involving two people who dealt in sports memorabilia. After being incarcerated for a total of 9 years, he was finally freed from prison in 2017. And after 25 years, Jenner stated that she was going to make an attempt to let go of whatever negative sentiments she has about Nicole's passing. and instead concentrate on the beautiful woman that her close friend was. It's difficult to put into words how much I miss someone who had such an important role in the development of my younger life. I can't stress this enough. Never undervalue the impact that person who is no longer in your life has had on both your life and your soul, she said. I believe that in the future, the aspect of Nicole's life that I want to concentrate on is just celebrating the lovely woman that she was. In a video that he sent to Twitter a few weeks after the news of the affair broke in June, Simpson addressed the allegations and refuted them. The world of sports has always been a big part of my life, and I have a feeling that as the weeks go by, it's going to be pretty much all that we talk about here. But every so often I'm going to veer off topic and talk about something else, and this is one of those occasions, he said at the beginning of a video that was uploaded on Sunday. You know, Bob Kardashian was like a brother to me. He was always there for me. He was a really cool dude. He became acquainted with and eventually married Kris, and during the time that they spent together, they had a lot of fun together. Unfortunately, that came to an end, he went on to say. But I never have, and I want to emphasize that I never, in any way or form, had any interest in Kris, whether it be romantically or sexually, and I never received any indication that she had any interest in me. I also never got any indication that she had any interest in anyone else. Therefore, each and every one of these tales are false, repulsive, and in poor taste. Jenner stated that she felt relieved after watching the video because it put the record straight. She responded with, "Done and done." Well, what do you think about this? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching.